Hello guys and welcome back to Behind the Dugouts, and thank you for joining me in the newest episode of my player breakdown series, where we dip into the transfer market, have a look at players that have made their move, go into a bit of detail, have a look at their strengths and weaknesses, discuss the transfer fee and the wages, and then at the end we will rank the signing from an S to a D, S being superb stellar signing, D being doesn't really make sense. Now that the pleasantries are out the way, Matheus Cunha, step up to the spot. Right, so Cunha, the 26-year-old Brazilian forward, has recently made his transfer from Wolverhampton over to Manchester United. He has spent the last 2 years with Wolves in the Premier League, initially making his transfer in 2021 from Atletico Madrid. Cunha himself is quite a versatile player, able to operate anywhere in the forward line, either being left, right flanks as an attacking midfielder, or at some occasions last season he played up front for Wolves, and this will certainly be a benefit for Ruben Amorim and the Manchester United front line. Now Cunha himself has enjoyed quite a productive and prosperous first 2 seasons within the Premier League. Last season accumulating 23 goal involvements across all competitions, 17 goals and 6 assists in 36 games, which with a player playing in the forward line is quite a considerable output, especially for playing in a team like Wolves. And this wasn't a one season wonder. He did produce similar numbers in the 23-24 season. He produced 22 goal involvements across all competitions, again playing a total of 36 games. Now, how do I feel about Cunha and how does he fit in the United squad? First of all, I think it is a top signing for them, especially in the goals front. It's an area that they were really lacking in last season. I believe they were third or fourth worst in goals scored last season. So already adding in is 23 goal involvements, sort of a bolster for their attack straight away. Conflicting styles of play, which could be an area of concern. Amorim is a more possession-based style of football. Cunha, which has sort of suited himself as well as suited Wolves, is more of a counter-attacking style of play. He loves to dribble with the ball. One of his strengths is finishing. He has great close ball control and speed in attack, so hitting teams on a break, which has been very predominant in the Wolves team. It suits him down to a T, but he is a quality player, so I don't see how he wouldn't be able to adapt to Amorim's style of football. He is also a type of player that does like to bring others involved into the game. He's got quite good link-up plays. He loves to lay the ball with little 1-2s, especially playing within that central attacking midfield role, which will suit United. It's an area that they are struggling in. I think that their main producer is Bruno Fernandes, and next to that, there's no one really that you can pick off the top of your head that is that player that can sit in those roles and just dictate the game and bring others in, link them up, as well as providing his own attributes in his finishing and his, especially when he's playing out on the flanks, he loves to cut inside to get those long shots away and test the keeper whenever he can. He's not a player that lacks any confidence at all. If he has an opportunity, he's going to take it, whether that be a shot or a pass. So it's definitely an area that United bolstering instantly and not having to rely so much on Bruno Fernandes to be that sole creator of the team. I know they obviously brought in Mason Mount from us, but he's been riddled with injury, hasn't not quite hit the heights that was expected of him to come in. So bringing in Cunha alleviates the pressure off Fernandes straight away and adds that more attacking threat instantly. An area he does need to improve on is his aerial duels. He loses more than he wins. He's not of small frame. He's sort of in the average area, around 1.83, 6 foot. So it's definitely an area that he needs to improve on, just in terms of holding up his play and not losing the ball as much within those aerial duels. But it's a very small, minute thing for them to work on. Now, looking at the transfer fee, just going to cost United a total of £62.5 million. This was his release clause set out in his contract with Wolves. However, it's not an upfront payment. It's split over 3 instalments, I think over a 2-year period of about £20.85 million, which I believe the first instalment has already been paid. His wages is taking a significant increase. He was on around 120k at Wolves, now earning around 200k at United, and they are known for paying the big wages. The transfer fee is pretty much the standard fee that you're going to play with this type of player coming into his prime. So he's only 26, but he's coming into the prime years of his footballing career, as where that, you know, players tend to elevate and take that next step. So I do believe the transfer fee and the fact that United have managed to spread it over. I know they initially wanted to spread it over a 5-year period, which they might be able to still do on their books, but Wolves wanted a quicker payment structure, and obviously they've come in with the 3 instalments. But 20 million over the course of 2 years is quite a good deal. The wages, I do feel, is quite a step up. The player himself is, you know, a quality player, but to jump up 80k, I know that's sort of the modern era of player. When they're making these big steps, they push the bracket, but I think it's quite an excessive amount. I would have thought around the sort of the region of maybe 170 to 180 would have been the correct amount for Cunha. But players nowadays do tend to hold a bit more of the power when it comes to negotiating side, especially for the likes of United. United are a team that have struggled in the front line this season, and that, you know, Cunha and his team would have looked at that and gone, well, you need me to bolster up that, so I'm going to push the bracket and push to get as much out of this deal as I can, and I think he's done, you know, fair play to him. He's managed to get the 200k a week, but I personally just feel it's a little bit excessive for him. Moving into the part of the video where we're looking at ranking this transfer and how I feel, you know, it suits the Man United team. You know, what we've mentioned in the video about his strengths and weaknesses, what he's going to bring to this squad, which I personally think is quite a significant amount. He's going to contribute with goals. He's going to contribute with assists. He is going to alleviate the pressure of Bruno Fernandes to not be that sole creator for the team anymore. But he's also going to bring that added experience into the lights. So most teams, for all teams, are going down the route now of getting those younger players. But those younger players in the squad do need players to learn from. United's attack at the moment is quite young. Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, Amad Diallo, Garnacho, who obviously is going to be leaving, but they're all young players that need, you know, that added experience. These players, likes of Cunha, that are coming in, will give these younger players different attributes, different ways and different ideas of how to do things, which is, you know, it's benefit for every team when these type of players come in. And he will link those players up in attack. And, you know, United's attack this season has been very disjointed. There's been no fluidity. There's been no smooth play. It's very sort of hit and miss. So I feel a player like Cunha coming in will provide that little bit of extra balance, the added confidence, the added experience, as well as the goal involvements and the contributions that he will bring overall for the team. Transfer fee, I feel, is, you know, the normal fee. I don't expect any higher. I didn't really expect any less. Obviously, being a release clause, you get lucky if you do go less. For those 99% of the time when teams have a release clause set out in a contract, that's what you will be paying. And they've managed to spread this over a 2-year period, which, you know, is beneficial for them in terms of the structure and as well as for PSR, which is, you know, quite a big factor now for the Premier League clubs. The only area I would say in this deal which I think could have done better with is the wages. I think they are slightly high, or on the higher side, but United are known for this. Their top earners are earning between 350k a week, so it's not unusual for them to pay these, you know, reasonably high wages. All in all, I think they're getting a quality footballer who will bring flair and confidence to the team on a very decent transfer fee. He's a player that is proven in the Premier League, not someone that's coming in that hasn't done it, and you know, he's done it for multiple seasons, not just one-off season. So for me, this is an S-rank signing for United. I think he will improve them dramatically, and it's a good bit of business for them. But you know, let me know what you think. It'd be great to hear your opinion. Where do you think Cunha would fit in this team? Do you think it is a right fit, and have they done some good business here? Drop a comment below. Now, if you like this video, please hit the like button, drop a comment below. Feedback is greatly appreciated, and you know, let me know if there's any players that you would like me to take a look at, so I'll try and get around to as many players as possible. That's all from me. I'll catch you guys in the next one.